Hello beautiful people, this is Vivian Hunter, and today we're going to go on a meditative journey to discover what wants to be birthed in you. What's inside that wants to come out into the world in a way only you can express it, be it, show it, share it, create it. I've just given time for that question to sink in. You'll see me use questions regularly. Questions open up a beautiful process in our subconscious where it begins looking for answers. So if there's anything you're wanting to change, that you don't like, that you want more of, ask questions. Get out of points of view. Like, I don't know how to do this, is a point of view, even if it may feel true. Whereas what would it take for me to be able to do this opens up questions and your subconscious starts looking for answers. If you say, I don't know how to do it, your subconscious is going to believe you. Okay. So I'm just giving your brain something to work with before we go deep. And we're dropping the question for it to start working on before we even begin, which is, what is there deep inside you that's always wanted to be expressed, created, lived, shared through you? You don't have to know this right now. And it doesn't have to be something mega. It doesn't have to be the creation of a new business or something huge or dramatic. It's something you want to create just because. You may have a skill for crafts, needlework, sewing, carpentry, metalwork, sculpting, pottery, art, writing, speaking, teaching. You may have a depth of knowledge that you don't even fully realize you have that can be shared with others. You may be musical. There's a song in you waiting to be born. The words and or the music. A book, a story, an experience. A story of survival, a story of overcoming. It may be as simple as creating a beautiful space around you to live in. A room that you've always looked at and wanted to do up. We're here to enjoy life. It's a good thing to make a space around you that you're really comfortable in. You may want to start cooking more, try new recipes. Start a charity, a fundraising. Who knows? Okay, so we've got our minds pondering, and now we're going to take big slow breaths in through our mouth, out through our mouth, in, out, breathing in, expanding, breathing out, releasing, breathing in, opening, breathing out, letting go. Breathing in, trust, breathing out, all the I can'ts. And this breathing in and out through our mouth, we're also connecting our minds and our hearts, helping them become more aligned. That our doing, our being, our actions are always sourced through our heart. So we're living true to ourselves and managed, as we know them, the how-tos, the where's, the what's, managed through our beautiful minds. In a harmonious interaction, you'll find me coming back to harmony, coming back to peace, coming back to collaboration, coming back to unity over and over and over again if you listen to much of what I do. These for me, these are my message. This is what for me is at the core of what I want to share from the microcosm in our cells, in our bodies, where anything's in disharmony, in our emotions, in our minds, in our little world, in a relationship, in our work, in our finances, in our state of being, in our state of joy or otherwise, out into the bigger world, how we interact nationally, internationally, with each other, with the rest of the world. And I'm not just talking about people, with everything in the world. Are we doing it in a harmonious interaction or not? And when we have this balance between our mind and our heart, with our heart sourcing our intentions and how we do be in the world, be and do, then our mind gets to do what it does best and organize. Solutions don't come from the mind. The mind is limited and cannot access the wealth of wisdom that is consciousness. And that flows to us through an open heart. In many ways, some of us know there's a deep knowing, and it's in our bones and our blood, and we feel it, and the rightness of it is complete and unquestionable. Other people get a sense of it in their own way. How do you know? What is your truth, and what are your urgings from your heart and your soul? Where does the sense of this is right? This is me being me, and this is what I deeply want to express, do, be in the world right now. Where does that sit for you? Does that sit in your chest, in your heart? Does it sit in your stomach? Does it sit in your bones? In the whole of you? Is it just a feeling? Some of us, it's really deeply in the physicality of us. Some of us, it's really deeply in our emotions. And some of us, it's a knowing, and it's not a mind. It's not where we figured it out. It's there. You don't know, and then, whew, there's this idea, and it's just right. And you look at it and you go, what if? What if that was possible? And you start asking some questions and sharing it, and it will flow on its own. There's a rightness to it. Where is the rightness of you in you? Okay. And if you don't know that yet, just keep letting that question, ask yourself it over and over. You'll start to know, you'll start to see. It's very useful too when you're facing with a choice where two things seem really equally good but are quite polar opposite. To know you're right, to know your sacred yes and your sacred no, and where they sit within you. Because our hearts, our bodies do guide us. They have a deep innate intelligence. That can be our constant guide. Okay. So I'm sharing all that to wake those up and open you to them before we begin our journey. It's going to be very useful today. Yeah. Okay. Okay, before we begin, take a few deep breaths as you get yourself comfortable. Switch off a phone or turn it on, don't ring if you have it with you all the time. Make sure you can be undisturbed for a short time while we do this. And then get comfortable sitting or lying. Come right deeply into this moment. Feel yourself sinking into this moment right now. You're sinking into it. It's like a hammock that you're sinking into. It holds you here, this moment, this eternal moment. This moment becomes the next moment. It's always this moment, this eternal moment holding you, sinking into it, relaxing into the timelessness of the deeper reality underneath the busyness of life and clock watching. Sinking into this moment. You can let go of anything you think you need to do or remember or be, anything you are trying to figure out. And if things come up, just notice them. And let yourself sink into the moment again. There we go. Big breaths. You'll hear me breathing deeply often. It grounds me into the moment and keeps me out of my head and in the flow of what wants to come through me. You can use breath whenever you want to connect more deeply into anything, including the moment. Also, so resting in the hammock of the eternal now, we're going to picture ourselves on the edge of a meadow. And everything is here. It's prolific with life. Wherever you live, whatever your fauna and flora are, or wherever you'd like to be, and the fauna and flora of that place, including another dimension where you could be among unicorns and dragons. Wouldn't that be nice? See this meadow, this pasture, this field, filled with life, plants, flowers, trees, fruits, animals, birds. Does yours have a pond, a lake, a creek, a babbling brook? I love those words, babbling brook. A river that's running. There's a place I used to love to visit in my early 20s. Up in the mountains at the back of Mackay, a place called Yungala. And the river there had platypus. And they popped into my head, so platypus spirits sitting with me today. What spirits wants to visit you and bring their wisdom along with you in your journey? Okay, now we're going to go on a mini quest. And as we start walking, we head across, or start to head across our meadow, our field, our paddock. Our garden. Whatever you're seeing, you start to walk out to the center of it as if you were going to cross it. And as you begin to walk across, around you is changing. And you find yourself following a path. And the path is circular. And you look back and your meadow, your garden, your field, your paddock is behind you. An animal or a bird makes its sound, and you know it's waiting for you. And you look forward again, and the path keeps winding around beneath your feet, and you follow it with trust, knowing it's taking you exactly where you need to be right now. winding around and round. It's very much a spiral. And as you go round and round, you're going deeper into yourself, deeper into your connection with your spirit, deeper into the space between the spaces where consciousness resides, where your spirit lives, where we all interconnect, and all wisdom and knowing can be accessed, circling down and around, down and around. And just in front of you on the path is a ledge to the side, and you approach the ledge and you see something sitting on it, and you pick that up. And you look at it. It's a symbol. And you hold this and allow this symbol to speak to you. What does it represent? On this journey of discovering what in you is wanting to come out. Now look at it for a few moments longer. You don't have to know just yet. Just ask the questions. What does this symbol mean for me? And you can put it back on the ledge, or you can carry it with you. You can slip it in your pocket. You can wear it. Whatever you wish. And we continue. Following this spiraling road, path. There's a beautiful smell. It's very comforting. You feel so safe. You feel so loved. And you feel so deeply connected to everything, including your own truth. Your own wholeness. The very essence of you. This smell helps you see more clearly the truth of you, the real essence of you, the uniqueness that is key to you expressing yourself in the ways you came here to express, to do and be. And there's just a sense of, yeah, it's a letting go, and it's a rightness, and it's like you found an answer, you've come home. And you may not know exactly what that means yet, but that's okay. This is a quest. And answers only come in a quest when it's time for them. The journey is the point. Another deep breath, allowing that scent to soak through you. Then continue forward. And off to the side is a window, and you look through the window and you're seeing something happening. And it makes you smile, it makes you light up, it makes you joyous. To witness this occurring. Look into that scene deeply. Are you in there? Are any people in there? What's happening? What is it about it that fills you with joy and brightness and makes you smile from your heart? We just look for another moment. Enjoy what this brings you to witness this. Blow a kiss with a blessing, and we continue following this path road round and around. We get a sense we're nearing the end, and there's something waiting for us. We start to have a very strong sense of anticipation. Because we know it's something we've been waiting to find and see, discover. And we come around one more circular round a corner, and there in front of us is our field or our meadow again, but it's slightly different. In front of us is a huge stone altar. It's very plain. And it rises out of the earth as if it's been there for millennium. And on this altar is something for you. It is a gift for you. And you walk to the altar. And you see, is your gift wrapped? If it is, you can begin to unwrap it. If it's not, you can pick it straight up, if it can be picked up, or you can look at it. This gift comes to you from you. Yeah. This gift is a reminder, a clue, an awakening, a support, a reflection, it's everything and it's nothing. It's there to bring you more fully face to face with you, with the deeper inner gifts and talents you hold, the urgings to be or do something more than you've ever been or done before, and it may be along the line of something you've already been doing or being, but perhaps in a new way, perhaps more expansively than you'd ever imagined possible. Perhaps it's something you've never considered before. But now that you do, it's sort of like, oh, might even feel a little bit scary because you have not seen yourself doing it, thinking of yourself doing this before. But there's quite a bit of excitement in amongst that scary too, because somehow it feels just right, and it is, because this is you giving yourself a nudge, a hint, towards what's sitting inside you, waiting to be birthed. Something that can only be expressed in the world by you. Something that will make the world sweeter, brighter, more beautiful, easier, more fun, more magical. Something. What does it whisper to you? And if you don't know, that's okay. We're going to drop some questions into this deep space you're within for your subconscious to continue to play with. If I were fully, truly, deeply being me, who would I be? What would I be? How would I be? And what would I wish to create? Notice all impressions, ideas, thoughts, feelings, senses that come up with this. Pay attention to them. If you've got a really strong sense of what it is that's presenting to you, open to it. Open your arms. See yourself with your arms way open, going yes, yes, yes. Embrace this part of you. Allow it. Open to it. Being expressed in the world, you don't have to know how. The choosing of it is the beginning and allows it to unfold exactly as it needs to. Okay, beautiful. Now the quest may continue for you. You may be at the stage where your subconscious is left to play with the questions, and the insights will arise in you with time, and you may know very clearly the whole fullness of what you want to do be next in birthing more of you into the world. And you can be anywhere in between those two. Wherever you're at. Before we finish, we're going to pack a bag, metaphorical bag. So I want you to see the bag in front of you, but I want you to make it special. In a color, in a material, in a fabric, in a texture, in a shape, a size. It can be quite impossible too. It can be tiny and you open it up and worlds are within it. It can be made of gold and have a holographic appearance, whatever. But you have this bag, now you open it up. And in that bag, whatever was waiting for you on the altar goes in. It doesn't matter how big it was, it'll fit. And you can still carry the bag easily afterwards, so let's not worry. In it goes. And you say thank you. And then you think back to looking through the window and that feeling of joy and laughter. And you let the joy and the laughter and that feeling be within the bag also. And any parts of that scene that create for you an idea of something you'd like to do or be more in the world, put that in the bag. If not, just the sense of joy that you felt. So you may carry that with you in your bag. Okay, beautiful. And we think back to where you had that sense of smell, that scent, that was peace and safety and wholeness and home for you. And we put that sense of rightness, of safety, of being home in ourself, of being safe and in rightness, in wholeness, all of that. Put that in the bag. And we can waft the scent through it too, to remind us anytime we need to remember what that feels like. Okay. And then rewinding a little further. And here we are, where there's a shelf to the side of the path, and it had an object on it that you picked up and either left there or took with you, and you put that object in your bag. And you look at these objects with wonder, even if you're not sure of how they all fit together or what they're leading you to. There is a deep sense of wonder, knowing that they're unlocking you to more of you. And these are keys, clues, hints, nudges in the direction that you most want to be going. How awesome is that, huh? Yeah. Very, very, very cool. So from this sense of wonder, you allow gratitude to flow. You say, thank you. Thank you. Thank you to these objects, and thank you to yourself. Your own higher self is leading you on a quest to meet yourself more deeply. And you're doing this now with gratitude and wonder and awe. Yeah. Yeah. Aren't she quite the powerful being, huh? Yeah, yes you are. Okay. Now we're going to close up our bag, and whatever shape, size, texture, material you made it, even if it's huge, you can easily pick it up and carry it in one hand or put it in a pocket. And to return to now, you look around the meadow. You notice whatever plants and animals, birds there are, and you smile at them. You thank them for their presence. You promise to notice more of them in your everyday and acknowledge them out there on the edges of your life. Yeah. And then with a sense of accomplishment, you turn around. You close your eyes. Take a deep, slow breath. And feel yourself slowly sliding back through the spaces within the spaces into the here now again, where you're cradled in the eternal moment, and you come back into your body in this moment, slowly, slowly, slowly settling. Big breath through your mouth, in through your mouth, out through your mouth. Getting grounded deeply into your body. If you're sitting, feel the ground beneath your feet and the chair beneath your bottom and against your back. If you're lying, feel the surface underneath you. Feel yourself in your body all the way back. Okay. Wriggle your fingers and toes, rub your hands together. All the way back here now, and you can open your eyes when you're ready. Okay, beautiful. And I will leave you here. I strongly suggest you spend some time on and off pondering these things that were presented to you, presents for you, and what they mean, what they're pointing to within you. Allow yourself to ask questions. What would it take for me to know what I need to know in every moment? What's the next best thing for me to do? What's the next and the next and the next? If you don't understand something, what's right about this that I'm not getting? What else is possible here? Keep using questions to keep opening you up to more and more and more and more. Come back and listen anytime. There is so much within you, so much more than you could have ever imagined. So to take the time to allow more of that to be birthed will always be valuable and precious, as you are valuable and precious. Thank you for taking this time to honor yourself. I send you love. Deep, deep blessings. Stay well and safe now.